Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the previous lessons, first we read about the letters. We read the letters and their formation, the single letters and their formation. And then in the next lesson, we read joint letters, that when two or more than two letters connect with each other, so how they look like and what are the changes we have to made in the formation of letters and how can we easily recognize those letters. So now from this lesson onwards, we will read about the sounds of the letters, that which letter will make what sound. And for the sounds we have three signs here. Those signs are called movements in English, and in Arabic we say harakat. So there are three movements, there are three signs we use to know the exact sound of the letter. So first of all, we are reading about those three signs, okay, and then we will start reading the letters, that when the letter having these signs, so how and which sound we have to make. First of all, there are three signs, as you can see here. The first one is on the top, the second one is on the bottom of the letter, and the third one, it is also on the top. So the first one, this sign on the top of the letter, a line or a dash on the top of the letter is called fatha. So the first sign, this is a dash above the letter, this is called fatha. Okay, a dash above the letter, it is called fatha, and it is pronounced as a when it comes on any letter, so you have to pronounce it like a. So this is the first sign we have here. Then the second one, a dash below the letter, it is called kasra, and it is pronounced as a short e after the letter. After the sound of the letter, you have to add the e sound. So this is the sound of kasra. And then the next one, a comma shape above the letter, it is called dhamma, and it is pronounced as a short u after the letter. Okay, so there are three basic signs to know the exact sound of the letter. First one is fatha, a dash above the letter, pronounced as a short a. Then the second one, a dash below the letter called kasra and pronounced as a short e. And then the third one, a comma shape above the letter, pronounced as a short u, and it is called dhamma. Okay, so there are three basic signs. The first one is fatha, and the second one is kasra, and the third one is dhamma. And there is another thing, that when alif has any sign on it, either it is fatha or kasra or dhamma or any other sign, whenever alif has a sign on the top of it or at the bottom of it, so you can't read it alif, you have to read it as hamza. So this letter is not alif anymore because it has a sign on the top, so we have to read it as hamza. We have to read it as hamza. Okay, so now we are starting this, so I will read it first and then you have to read it after me. Okay, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay, the first of all, we have a letter and a sign. Okay, and the third thing. So first of all, let me tell you how we have to read this. First of all, we have to read the letter, then the sign, and then at the end we will make a sound. Okay, so like this letter is Hamza, then a sign it has Fatha, and then at the end the sound of this letter, that is A. So we will read it Hamza, Fatha, A. Okay, first letter, then sign, and then at the end sound. So I'm reading, read with me. Hamza, Fatha, A. And remember one thing, you don't have to read this lot. You don't have to read this letter long. Means you can't read it like you don't have to stretch it. And also you have to read it softly. You don't make a jerking sound like it's wrong. Okay, so you have to read it soft and short. So Hamza, Fatha, A. Hamza, Fatha, A. A is the sound of this letter. When Hamza has Fatha on the top, so the sound will be A. Then this next one, Hamza, Kasra, E. Hamza, Kasra, E. So when Hamza has Kasra at the bottom of it, so then the sound will be E. Then the next one, Hamza, Dhamma, U. Hamza, the letter, then the sign, Dhamma, and at the end, sound, U. Hamza, Dhamma, U. When Hamza have Dhamma on the top, so then the sound will be U. Try it once more. Hamza, Fatha, A. Hamza, Kasra, E. Hamza, Dhamma, U. A. E. U. Okay. Then the next letter we have is Ha. Ha is the next letter. So we will also read it like we read Hamza. So Ha, Fatha, Ha. Ha, Fatha, Ha. Then Ha, Kasra, Hi. Ha, Kasra, Hi. Then Ha, Dhamma, Hu. Ha, Dhamma, Hu. Ha, Hi, Hu. Ha, Hi, Hu. Then the next letter we have here is Ain. The letter is Ain. Okay. So when Ain has Fatha on the top, so the sound will be A. Ain, Fatha, A. Ain, Fatha, A. Then Ain, Kasra, I. Ain, Kasra, I. Ain, Dhamma, U. Ain, Dhamma, U. A, I, U. A, I, U. So when Ain has Fatha on the top of it, so the sound will be A. And when Ain has kasra at the bottom, so the sound will be I. And then when Ain has dhamma on the top, so the sound will be U. Then the next letter we have here is Ha. So Ha, Fatha, Ha. Ha, Fatha, Ha. Then Ha, Kasra, Hi. Ha, Kasra, Hi. And then Ha, Dhamma, Hu. Ha, Dhamma, Hu. Ha, Hi, Hu. Then the next letter we have is Ghain. So the Ghain, Fatha, Gha. Ghain, Fatha, Gha. Ghain, Kasra, Ghi. Ghain, Kasra, Ghi. Ghain, Dhamma, Ghu. Ghain, Dhamma, Ghu. Gha, Ghi, Ghu. These are the sounds when Gha has Fatha, Kasra or Dhamma. When Gha has Fatha, so the sound will be Gha. Then when it has Kasra, the sound will be Ghi. And when it has Dhamma, so the sound will be Ghu. Then the next letter we have here is Kha. So when Kha has Fatha, so Kha, Fatha, Kha. Kha, Fatha, Kha. Kha, Fatha, Kha. Then when it has Kasra, Kha, Kasra, Khi. Kha, Kasra, Khi. Kha, Kasra, Khi. And when it has Dhamma, Kha, Dhamma, Khu. Kha, Dhamma, Khu. Kha, Dhamma, Khu. The sounds will be Kha, Khi, Khu. The next letter we have is Qaf. And when Qaf has Fatha, Qaf, Fatha, Qa. Qaf, Fatha, Qa. Qaf, Fatha, Qa. And when it has Kasra, Qaf, Kasra, Qi. Qaf, Kasra, Qi. Qaf, Kasra, Qi. And when it has Dhamma, Qaf, Dhamma, Qu. Qaf, Dhamma, Qu. And the sounds will be Qa when it has Fatha, Qi when it has Kasra, and Qu when it has Dhamma. The next letter we have here is Kaf. So when Kaf has Kasra on the top, so we have to read it cut. When Kaf has Fatha at the top, so we have to read it as Ka. Kaf, Fatha, Ka. Kaf, Fatha, Ka. Kaf, Fatha, Ka. Then when it has Kasra, so Kaf, Kasra, Ki. Kaf, Kasra, Ki. Kaf, Kasra, Ki. And then at the end, when it has Dhamma on the top, so Kaf, Dhamma, Ku. Kaf, Dhamma, Ku. Kaf, Dhamma, Ku. Remember, reading these last two letters, qaf and kaf, you have to focus on the voice. That are you making a bold voice while reading qaf, and you have to make a light or soft voice while reading kaf. So these are the letters and the signs. When these signs come upon any letter, so these are the sound we have to make. Okay, I'm reading the sounds again, just the sounds, so you have to read it with me. A, I, U, Ha, He, Hu, A, I, U, Ha, He, Hu, Gha, Ghi, Ghu, Kha, Khi, Khu, Qa, Qi, Qu, Ka, Ki, Ku. Okay, so now today in this lesson we read about the signs, that what are the signs and what are the name of these signs. So we read there are 3 signs. The first one, a dash above the letter, is called fatha and pronounced as a. And then we read the second one, that a dash below the letter is called kasra and it is pronounced as e. And then we read about the dhamma, that a comma shape above the letter is called dhamma and it is pronounced as u or u. Okay, and then we read the sounds of different letters, and we also read that when alif has any sign on it, then we have to read that alif as hamza. Okay, so you have to practice this. Inshallah, in the next lesson we will read the remaining letters.